It's getting dark out there, so come inside and take a seat by the hearth. The fire's warm, and the beer's cold, and it's time again for another episode of the Short Horror Beercast.
Welcome to the Short Horror Beercast, the show where a writer and a visual artist analyze classic short horror fiction and pair beers with the stories they cover. I'm Paul Lorello, I'm the writer.
And I'm Alec Chambers, I'm a visual artist.
You want to hear how I originally wanted to start this?
Sure.
All right, this ain't Wondery and I ain't Lindsey Graham. This is the Short Horror Beercast. We're two old guys who drink and curse, and we go off on pointless tangents because that's what old people do, all right? So if you don't like it, guess what? You could write to us and tell us what you do like, and we'll do it. Because both of us could be bought.
Yep. We're soulless.
Yes, indeed. Happy Halloween, my friend.
Happy Halloween.
To celebrate Halloween, we have chosen to cover a story by the king of Halloween himself, and that is Mr. Ray Bradbury.
Yes.
We're going to cover his story, The October Game. The story appeared first in the March 1948 issue of Weird Tales, and it's been anthologized a whole lot of times. And that's all I got. That's it.
Plenty.
That's it. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Yeah,
Ray was like,
for itself.
Absolutely. Ray was in the midst of just doing all his crazy early stuff, which is so much fun to read. He was just a yonker, as they say. Mm-hmm. And just banging out these really cool, fun horror stories, almost like little campfire tales. This one is a lot like, it just reminds me of like an EC Comics Tales from the Crypt type of story. Mm-hmm. Love it. So anyway, so that's all I got about the October Game.
Excellent.
This is the Beercast. We've chosen beers to go with the October Game. I chose one. Did you?
I did. And it's pretty good.
Okay.
Bell's Brewery has an Oktoberfest Marzen they put out.
Nice.
For the season. It's 5.5 ABV, which isn't too awful strong, but it is very, very tasty.
Nice.
Yeah. Bell's is pretty dependable.
I've yet to try, what's the one that you said? Hoptronics? No, wait, what was
Hoptronics? No, it's Hop Slam. It's called Hop Slam.
That's right. Okay.
It's pretty renowned. I asked the person at the restaurant the other night, and I said, do you guys have Hop Slam? She goes, no, but I wish. Because they had one earlier in the year that was a tropical Hop Slam, which I stayed away from.
That's right, and they have Lady Hop Slam.
And they have, the Tartar Control Hop Slam.
Right.
Everyone around here is kind of itchy to get it. I think it should be out now.
Okay.
But it's very good. If you find your way to it, get it.
Absolutely. Okay. But in the meantime, you got a nice Bell's.
Oh, yeah. This Oktoberfest is very good.
I love Oktoberfest. They're so good. The Marzens are great.
Yeah, it's nice. How about you? What'd you do?
I got Greenport Brewing here. Greenport is the eastern end of Long Island.
Okay.
And they have a nice harvest pumpkin ale called Leaf Pile Ale.
Oh, nice.
Leaf Pile. I normally don't like pumpkin ales, but this one I really dig.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know
light.
that I've ever tried a pumpkin ale because just the whole spasmodic pumpkin craze.
Yes.
Pumpkin spice craze thing.
That was, by the way, my favorite 90s alt rock band, was the Spasmodic Pumpkin craze. Yeah, they were pretty good. Anyway, sorry.
It's I'm glad it's good because I would have had to just guess.
They're very hit or miss with me because they usually load them up. You can't really taste pumpkin in anything. What they do is they load them up with like the pumpkin pie spices, so it's like nutmeg and cloves and shit, and it's usually overpowering. This one is not perfectly balanced. It is, so love it.
Good.
So you know what? On that note, let me bid you cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
That's amazing Foley effects right there.
That was outstanding.
That's pretty good. All right.
Nothing works better than two empty glasses clinking together.
Oh, no. I have water in one and beer in the other, dude.
Oh, you're an
animal. I don't fuck around.
You're an animal. What was I thinking?
Do you know what I hate? It was a pet peeve.
What do you hate?
When you see a movie or a TV show or something where somebody's supposed to have a cup full of liquid, like coffee. They're supposed to have a cup of coffee and they're holding it. And it's so obvious that the cup is empty, the way they're gesturing and stuff.
Yeah, it just looks empty.
Yeah, I don't know why nobody thinks of filling that thing with liquid for the shot.
Yeah, they just figure they can't see inside it. It's fine. And,
I guess
the weight of it is obvious.
Totally obvious every time. Every time you can tell when it's empty. Anyway, let's get into it. So we've talked about the importance of openings in our bonus episode. In this one, Ray gives us a very short opening line, and then he follows it with a masterful hook. So here's the opening. He put the gun back in the drawer and closed the drawer. Now that's the first sentence. He follows it with, no, not that way. Louise wouldn't suffer that way. Wonderful hook. Mm-hmm. So who's the he in this opening? Well, it turns out his name is Mitch. I'm going to call him Mitch because he spells it M-I-C-H.
Yeah, like Michigan.
Right. So I was thinking, is it Mish? Is it Mitch? Is it Mick? I'm going to call him Mitch. I like Mitch.
Say Mitch.
Mitch. So it turns out his name is Mitch, and Louise is his wife. So this dude wants to kill his wife. That's great. So that's what we start off with in the October game. A wonderful Halloween story. Dude wants to kill his wife. So the bulk of this story is one long rumination in Mitch's head. I would say maybe like 60 or 70% of the story is just what's going on in Mitch's head. And in anybody else's hands, you'd want to close the book. Go read something else that's a little more exciting. But you know what? This is Ray Bradbury. Rumination is poetry in his hands. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just digress slightly. I just read something recently. A guy by the name of Neil Ferguson, he's a historian, and he was talking about what a post-literate world might look like, and it is fucking horrifying. So he's talking about when people absolutely just stop reading altogether, and we switch completely over to like a TikTok, Instagram-based way of communicating our narratives to each other.
Sure.
And ideas, that is. And so he says, like, literature is just the way of formalizing your ideas. I thought that was a great way of putting it.
It is.
So you formalize your ideas, and even if they're wacky, it's okay. Formalizing them in a structured format like a piece of fiction or a piece of nonfiction is very important. So going forward, you're probably going to hear me spouting a lot about literacy. I'm going to say you guys who are listening to this need to read these stories. It's not enough for us to be telling you the story. You got to read this, because what it's all about is to just soak in these words. And you've said this before about, just tasting the words, right?
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I imagine that we have two types of listeners at least.
Mm-hmm.
The folks that read Ray already and love him and want to hear our take on it.
Sure.
And then the folks who are curious about, wonder what they're going to talk about, what author. And if they don't know Ray, they're like, well, maybe I'll read it.
Yes. Right.
Hopefully That's who we're talking to, both people.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just read this stuff. It's so good.
Right.
Even if you know what's coming, it's still good.
Yeah.
And you can always shut it off before we get to the end.
Yeah.
Listen to about 70% of what we do, and then you can shut it. It's okay. We're not going to hold it against you.
Top to bottom and left to right, reading stuff is out of sight.
All right, digression over. That's all I got to say to that.
Mm-hmm.
So in this masterful opening, Ray tells us that Mitch not only wants to kill his wife, he wants her to suffer, right? So how to prolong the suffering, that is the rub. He pauses in his thoughts to listen to children running around outside. Of course, he knows what time of year it is. It's October, but it's not just any October day. No, sir. It's Halloween. Now, the plan is to make his wife suffer wasn't enough to clue you into the fact that Mitch is the villain in this story, and his views on October should seal the deal.
Right, yeah. Ray obviously loved fall and Halloween, but the same way he wrote about The Emissary with the little kid that couldn't experience it because he was bedridden.
Yeah, right.
This must have been just as tough for him to write about a guy who hated it.
Right.
Because he loved it so much. Ray, that is.
Yeah, right. Well, when you get to it later, it's like, for a guy who hates Halloween, he sure does describe it beautifully.
Yeah, exactly. So, he couldn't help it. He's like, he might hate it, but I'm going to make it nice anyway.
Yeah, right. So Mitch is talking about how much his life has sucked up to this point, and the fact that everything is dying around him as he's ruminating on this fact isn't helping.
Right.
He says there was no green of spring, none of the freshness, none of the promise. Mitch says he never liked autumn. But tonight, quote, there was the feeling of autumn coming to last 1,000,000 years. There would be no spring, end quote. And this is sort of like the emissary too. Remember when after the dog disappears, he's like, forget it, winter's coming. It's going to be like winter forever. It's never going to be autumn again. You know, It's really cool how he plays around with those ideas.
The idea of it actually disappearing.
Yeah, like that would be, you know,
the worst.
Right, yeah. So Mitch hears his daughter running around in the hallway outside his room. Her name is Marion. She's 8 years old. And all day long, she's been trying out masks and asking his opinion. Eventually, they settled on the skeleton mask. So we find out that Mitch has been crying all day, too. He's managed to hide it from everyone. Okay, so what's up with Mitch? He's kind of losing it.
Yeah.
We get a wonderful description of what's going on in the house as Louise is prepping for a Halloween party. And again, like I said, Ray can't help himself here because he's talking about it through Mitch's eyes and ears, but he's just describing it beautifully. This guy supposedly hates Halloween, you know, but he's just talking about like the smell of the cider in the house and you know, stringing up apples and all these wonderful things. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Now we get a glimpse into his relationship with Louise. Why does he want to kill her? Okay. By this point, we're starting to get the feeling that Mitch is an unreliable narrator. When he tells us that Louise seems to be silently communicating that she wants nothing to do with him, we're a little bit skeptical. At least I was. Mm-hmm. So Mitch says she always wants to be in a room where he isn't. Do you think he's just like an unreliable narrator? Like in other words, he's like a little crazy and maybe she's not really ignoring him. He just thinks she is, or is she really that terrible?
I don't think anybody's as terrible as, you know, the way he's approaching it, because I think it's got to be him.
Yeah, okay.
You know, that's how I was looking at it. It's Mitch is like, get a spring busted.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it too, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes on to say that he wants to test this theory. Whenever she's in a room decorating or prepping, he'll wander in, he'll say something like, oh, I just came in here for my pipe, and then suddenly she'll just dart into the other room. And then he'll follow her there, and she does the same thing. He does this a number of times, and then she just darts into the can. So he's had enough of that. He goes away, and he just decides to finish getting ready for the party. He's getting dressed when Marion, his daughter, suddenly appears at the door, quote, all skeletonous in her disguise, end quote. That is possibly my favorite line in any piece of fiction. The word skeletonous means skeleton. Skeletonous. I don't think it's a word. I think that's a Ray Bradburyism.
Sure.
But holy shit, I love it so much.
It's really great.
So Marion appeared all skeletonous. Man, I gotta work that into some conversation.
Sure.
Definitely.
Lots of ways to fit that in.
I guess this chicken is rather skeletonous, don't you think? So anyway, Ray needs to stop with this bullshit already.
Yeah.
So
he's flexing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm gonna wave my dick around, huh?
My literary dick.
I'll wave my literary dick around, huh? The dick is mightier than the pen, which is mightier than the sword, huh?
Never not funny to me ever.
You are looking at Mr. Ray Bradbury, distinguished science fiction author of Fahrenheit 451 and the Martian Chronicles, who has said, by the year 2001, man will travel about in pneumatic people tubes, his television wall to wall, and most incredible of all, his Sunsweet pitted prunes carried in tiny mini packs.
Hold it! What's going on here?
Pardon me?
I never mentioned prunes in any of my stories.
Oh, you didn't?
No, never.
So he describes little Marion as having blonde hair sticking out of the sides of her mask. This is a wonderful image, by the way. You can totally see it. And blue eyes showing through the skull holes.
Yeah, which is like kind of endearing and also a little alarming.
Yes. Totally. Mitch thinks Marion and Louise, the two silent denouncers of his virility, end quote. Well, that's wonderful right there, too. Okay. As a kid, and suddenly he's not virile anymore.
Yeah.
He suspects that Louise must have, quote, conceived the child as an idea completely asexual, an immaculate conception of contemptuous mind and cell, end quote. Hell yeah.
Flexing again.
An immaculate conception of contemptuous mind and cell. This is a little fuck you I made. You know?
Yeah.
So he says he believes, anyway, that she purposely conceived the child in her own image and then somehow fixed, and it's in italics, somehow fixed the doctor to inform them that this was their last child. Louise would never be able to have another, which sucks because Mitch wanted a boy. So I think this seals the deal. This is all in Mitch's head. He's not really playing with full
cracked.
deck here. Yeah. So we get a little more insight into the situation. We find out that Mitch has, quote unquote, forced this child on her. Throughout the entire pregnancy, Louise lived in another part of the house as well. He says she expected to die with the child. And we get this. It had been very easy for Louise to hate this husband who so wanted a son that he gave his own wife over to the mortuary. Yeah, love that so much.
Wow.
Especially for its echo of Christianity. He loved the world so much that he gave it his only son. Hate this husband who so wanted a son that he gave his own wife over to the mortuary. It's such a beautiful parody of that. You know? It's great. So Louise got him back for his selfishness. Not only did she live, but she had a blonde, blue-haired little girl, the spitting image of herself. So Mitch continues now with his ruminations about the ensuing years. He describes all the Octobers and subsequent winters trapped with this woman and her little living revenge against him.
Right.
He says there were respites in spring and summer. He says desperate solutions to the desperate problems of a hated man. So, yeah, that's great. He must have been fun to live with during those respites.
Yeah.
Then autumn and winter would return once again, and once again he was trapped with them. So now he says the 8th winter is coming, and he can't bear it any longer. He's going to snap if he has to endure it one more time. The doorbell rings, and Louise goes to answer it. It's all the children for the party. He goes to the top of the stairs and watches as she greets everyone, and he thinks, where did it all go wrong? He thinks it wasn't with just the birth of the child. That had merely been the cap to all the tensions that were already there. Specifically, quote, his jealousies and business failures and all the rotten rest of it. End quote. That's all we get of that, by the way. Wow. So we have no idea what's going on with Mitch. He's got jealousies, he's got business failures, and all the rotten rest of it, we don't know. We can only assume he's kind of a shitheel.
Yeah.
He wants to leave this marriage, but no, not without hurting Louise the way she hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
We have a section break now. When we come back, it's 10 o'clock and the party is in full swing. 10 o'clock p.m., that is. The party is in full swing. What's more, Mitch has taken over all the duties as host. All of a sudden, he's like Mr. Congeniality. He's presiding over the games. He's playing with the kids. And basically, it's all a giant fuck you to Louise, right? So now he says, it's time for a new game. Everyone go down into the cellar of the witch. Okay. He's erected a slide down into the cellar. All the kids slide down, which, by the way, is pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome, right? All the kids slide down, the adults as well, including Louise. Little Marion is the last to go. Everyone sits in a circle and the lights go out. It's pitch black. I wrote pitch fucking black.
Yep.
But hey, you know what? Trying to cut back here.
Yeah, we're trying to straighten up and fly right.
Seriously, fly fucking right, for Christ. So, once in the cellar, Mitch starts the game by saying, the witch is dead, and here's the knife that killed her. And he passes around a knife. Now, this is a classic Halloween party game, parodied by The Simpsons. This is the witch's hair. She passes spaghetti, and like Homer's eating it. Eating all the stuff when it gets to him.
Oh my God, it's good.
So, by the way, this is a good time to ask you, how's your beer?
Hey, how's your beer?
Still great.
Good.
It's still great. And yours?
Mine is wonderful.
Excellent.
Halfway through.
Nice.
So.
Same.
I just took another sip and it's just beautiful.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like a good chili beer. And just with a nice big old bowl of chili, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that with about like Martins and Oktoberfest and all that stuff. It's like nice, hefty beer that just goes with like hefty fall and winter food. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's perfect for that.
Yes, indeed. Those are our notes, goddammit.
That's my notes.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence.
Okay, so he started this fun little Halloween game. The witch is dead. He passed around the knife. Okay, they're all fondling the knife in the dark here. Then he says, the witch is dead and this is her head. And by this point, one of these little bastards yells out that he knows this game. He says, you get a bunch of chicken parts from the fridge and you say this is her intestines and all that crap. And then you pass around a marble, you say it's her eye. And, well, you know, who invited this little asshole?
There's always one.
Yeah, exactly. Then Mitch says, the witch came to harm and this is her arm. And that's funny because with each item, the kids go, ee.
Yeah.
He writes out, ee. I'm thinking maybe he was trying to get another word because, Weird Tales paid by the word. So he's probably trying to get another word.
It counts.
It counts, huh? It's a 9EE. A 5EE doesn't count. Whatever. That was actually a real thing. I think this is Harlan Ellison who said this. That back in those days, the ARG, when somebody gets thrown out of the window and they go, oh, ARG. Uh-huh. There was a certain amount, you learned like how many R's you can put at it to make it count as 2 words. So you get paid at an extra penny or whatever it was that you were getting paid.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like I did a 15R ARG in my story, counted for like 3 words.
I just wrote a book called ARG, and that's all it is.
Exactly.
A zillion R's.
So anyway, so the kids go, ee! Some of them walk into the center of the circle so that they won't have to touch anything. They're like, little wimps. There are half a dozen items now moving around the circle. And Louise speaks up. She says, Marion, don't be afraid. It's only a game, because all these kids are freaking out. So she says, Marion, don't be afraid. It's only a game. But Marion doesn't answer. Louise calls her again, and the kid doesn't answer once again. So now Mitch says, she's all right. She's not afraid. Now everyone's talking and laughing. That is everyone but Louise. She's starting to become frantic now. She calls out for Marion a few more times. And by now, everyone has gone completely silent. One of the boys says, she was here a minute ago. Now the game is officially stopped, and everyone is just sitting with the witch items in their hands in the dark. And someone says they ought to turn on the lights. Now, Louise, I can say it's pretty conservative to say that she protests vehemently because she is just freaking out, screaming, don't turn on the lights.
Yeah.
And she's like pleading. She's like, God, please don't turn on the lights. And so with that, I think we can only cap this story with Ray's own words. So here we go. Strap in. Everyone sat in the cellar, huh? No.
I thought you were going
to. No, I'm not going to do it. It's too much.
Oh my God. That would be good though.
So he caps this story. Let's try that again. He caps this story with,
everyone sat in the dark cellar, suspended in the suddenly frozen task of this October game. The wind blew outside, banging the house. The smell of pumpkins and apples filled the room with the smell of the objects in their fingers, while one boy cried, I'll go upstairs and look. And he ran upstairs hopefully and out around the house, 4 times around the house, calling, Marion, 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 over and over, and at last coming slowly down the stairs into the waiting, breathing cellar, and saying to the darkness, I can't find her. Then some idiot turned on the lights.
And we say, boom, diggity.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Some idiot is great.
Some idiot turned on the lights, huh? So if we recap this, they turned on the lights and little bits of Marion were all over the room, basically.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were left with here. Thanks, Ray. Beautiful.
It's just great that he said, some idiot turned on the lights.
Yep.
It's so good.
Because he's like, that's in Mitch's head now.
Yeah,
like, God damn it.
Totally.
Or, no, not really. I don't know. I'm kind of reading it maybe through the eyes of the others. Like, Jesus, why'd you have to turn on the lights? Why couldn't we, like, clean ourselves up first, before we, before whatever, why couldn't we just get rid of all this stuff and not have to see this once the lights came on, It wasn't necessary, because I think this is exactly what Mitch wanted. He wanted the lights to come on just at that time, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
Mitch
I'm not
wanted
sure
here.
if I feel like that's just Ray stepping in as the narrator, like at the end of a at the end of a Hitchcock episode with
right.
Hitchcock coming in to say something.
Yeah, he would do stuff like that all the time. Yeah, sure. He was great.
Then some idiot turned on the lights.
Yep.
You know, it's so good. It's such a great way to end it.
Yeah, bang, right in the face. So, and after that, like I said, that Tales from the Crypt type ending, you know.
I guess, too, because it was pretty, poetic at times, and his choice of wording is always pretty staggering. But then at the end, it's very conversational.
Yep.
Then some idiot turned on the lights, Anybody can say that.
Right.
It's great.
Maybe turned on the lights and exposed everything on a little Marion parts everywhere.
It's so brutal.
It is brutal. It's great. Love it.
That's Ray, man.
Yep, that's Ray for you. Well, he was he was like a mean little dog, this guy, back in the day. When he was first starting out, he had a lot of he had that nice dark sense of humor, and that I forgot what I lost my train of thought there. Well, this is
that he had angst when he was young.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't all, he could be, like you said, he could be poetic and all that, and beautiful, but also just really nasty in the same story.
Sure. It's great. That's what makes it key.
Yeah, 100%. Like The Jar, right?
Yep.
Speaking of The Jar, it's kind of the same thing going on here as in The Jar. It's like the revenge that he gets is sort of similar.
Yeah.
In a way, right?
Except this one's not sustainable, because now he's going in.
Yeah.
They're going to put him behind bars for this,
for sure.
Not fry him. But in The Jar, he could act like what? In that little town, nobody's going to question him. No one's going to come after him.
Sure, that's true. Especially if they've been like so hypnotized by The Jar that whole time.
Maybe her family would have. Yeah, she went to visit them a lot.
But not Tom Carmody.
No, not him.
He's going to be a little.
But yeah, it is similar. You're right.
Yeah, interesting. So, by the way, go check out episode 4. That was The Jar.
Yeah.
Episode 4. What'd you think?
Loved it. Loved it. I love everything Ray, October, fall, death, murder. Amazing.
It's good stuff. Did you just ding?
I did. I'm sorry.
Dinged.
Stand by. I'm going to shut that shit off right now. Uncle Paul?
Yes?
What's our next story?
The next story is The Animal Fair by Robert Bloch.
Cool.
You may know Robert Bloch from the Ed Gein story. Robert Bloch wrote Psycho. So he was
right.
He was the guy
you told me that before. And
yeah.
Damn it.
So he was the guy talking to Hitchcock in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And he's something else, Robert Bloch. He wasn't as crazy as Ellison. Psycho is this crazy story, but he wrote thousands of short stories, and they're so good.
That's awesome.
The Animal Fair by Robert Bloch.
Excellent. I look forward to it.
Me too. So there you have it. So, the beer. Now that we're at the end, my beer is wonderful still. How about yours?
Bell's Oktoberfest.
Bell's Oktoberfest.
Yeah, it's a Marzen. And
wonderful.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Mine was Greenport Brewing Leaf Pile Ale.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it is. It is 5.2% ABV. I didn't say that before. But it says on the side of the can that it's an autumn ale. It's not necessarily a pumpkin ale, but on the side of that, it says Harvest Pumpkin Cozy. That's all it says. So I guess that's their notes.
Nice. So I hope that added nice flavor to everyone's Halloween.
Yes, indeed. So, as always, we're going to ask you to podcast responsibly.
Yes.
Don't drink and drive, and be careful out there.
Yeah, be cool, people. Be cool.
I'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks, man.
Be good.